Hey everybody, so I've started my watch collection again, and I don't have a ton of money, so I'm looking at about $100 $300 pieces, give or take, up and down. And so the second one I bought, and this is about a week old, is a Citizen. And I think I really liked it because of the green accents. It's not ridiculously neon green, it's subtle, but it matches a lot of things, and I think it looks really, really nice. It's kind of like a gunmetal. The bracelet is not pure black, it's a dark gray. The links were fairly easy to take off, but like I said, after about a week, and I've been taking really good care of it, I think this band may kind of wear out. If you notice, I don't know if you can see it there, where they meet, they start to really wear out, and you can see the kind of silver beneath it. I'm hoping the rest of the band doesn't follow suit, but who knows. And this is a 41 millimeter watch, and I have small wrists, so it doesn't look too obnoxious on me. There it is. Clasp really nice, and it's a function of 24-hour date time, 1/5 of a second accuracy for the timer, and the timer goes up to 60 minutes. The weird thing is when I got this, and I don't really look at instructions, I thought it was broken, because if you turn on the timer, if you notice the second hand is still going here, and the top is the minute hand for how long it takes. It's not as accurate because you can barely see the bezel, so you're guessing me, is it 3 minutes, is it 4 minutes? You don't know. It's really hard to tell. But when you reset it, you can hit stop, and then when you reset it, everything goes back to 0 with the exception of this dial here, which is the 24-hour dial. And I first thought that it was a timer that goes up to 24 hours, which seemed kind of ludicrous at the time. And I'm like, hey, how come that never resets? And after finally reading the manual, I realized that that's the 24-hour indicator, so you know whether or not it's 8 in the morning or 8 at night. It's not very useful because again, these little dials are hard to read. They're probably more for show. But I really like the watch. The buttons aren't as crisp as my Seiko's, but it's an eco drive, which means I don't have to deal with battery replacements for hopefully up to 20 years. The battery reserves last for a really long time. You can put it back in the case for a month or so, I heard, on a full charge, which takes about half an hour. The only gripe I have with this thing is it does make a lot of noise. And I've tightened the band enough, but hear that? It kind of squeaks. It's not as bad, it's livable because I really love the green, but I could do without the squeaks. And this is actually my first Citizen watch, and I think compared to the Seiko's, and I don't want to start a flame war, I'm leaning more towards buying Seiko's simply because the button presses on my other Seiko watches are much smoother and much nicer. I'm hoping it's just this particular brand and not indicative of all the other Citizen watches, but your first impression is a lasting one. So, and also one other thing is, you guys may already know, this is a Hardlex glass. It's not sapphire. So far I banged it up against corners and it seems to hold out well, no scratches. So that's it. I really like this watch. It looks awesome.